Dear friends, this is Louis-Pierre speaking to you. I am making this little video because for 3 weeks I have done one in French and then started the initiative France Prays and spread all over the world, as the same initiative from Austria had spread all over Europe. So I would like to say a few words about it and explain why I started it. In fact, since the COVID crisis started, it has been 2 years now, I have been in Austria. I have been active at the legal level, at the political level, and at the media level. I have participated in a lot of demonstrations, and what I have realized now, as the crisis is growing, as more and more freedom-killing laws are coming, is that in fact all this action is not enough. And for months I have been saying to myself during the demonstrations, it's good and it's nice to fight for freedom. It's good and nice to fight for all that. But as a Catholic, we have something else. And that's where the idea came from, which was suggested to me in part by discussions I had with people and by people who suggested it to me when we met, especially in demonstrations where I saw people who were there brandishing a rosary or people who were there with a cross. I have clients who were jabbed 2 or 3 times and who said to me, now there's only heaven that can help us. And I said to myself, people are ready for prayer. At the same time, there were people who were totally desperate about the laws that were likely to be passed. And they are still likely to be passed. They are desperate at the family level, desperate at the professional level, desperate at the health level, at all levels. And we were all starting to get a little scared, I must say. And so on November 29, I had this idea to initiate a Rosary Crusade in Austria and to do it in a very, very simple way. Why? Because as Catholics we have a weapon, which is the Rosary, which has proven itself in history. We know the Battle of Lepanto. It was a great Rosary Crusade by Pope St. Pius V with the image of Mary of the Snow. In Vienna we remember the siege by the Turks, where people prayed from August the 5th, the feast of Mary of the Snows, until the victory on September the 12th, the feast of the Holy Name of Mary. And the Rosary was prayed day and night in all the churches in Vienna. And at the same time, there was the military battle, of course. This should not be forgotten either. Today, we also have a political struggle, which we must not forget. But we have this weapon, which is there, and which I think, in relation to the forces present at the moment, is the only and definitive one which can help us. So in Austria I started on that Monday morning to do something very simple that everyone can do. You don't need to be intellectual, you don't need to be well organized, you don't need to have any experience of actions, you don't need anything at all, you just need a rosary and a little bit of courage. Because it is really about getting up, going out, going into the public space and saying the rosary around your house. Normally you go on foot, near your house, at the first Calvary, the first Christ you find, and you say a rosary in public. Maybe you take a statue with yourself if there is no cross there. And this rosary that we say in public, we will inscribe it in public so that other people can join it. So it is very simple and everyone can do it. We can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and quickly we become 20, 30, 40, 100 and more, as has been developing in Austria. In Austria, where I was hoping to have 200 people after a week, in 2 days we had 35 places of prayer and already more than 500 people who prayed after 2 days. We did this on a Monday and it happened on a Wednesday. Currently there are more than 240 places of prayer in Austria and more than 3,500 in all over the world. So there are about 30 to 50,000 people who each Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the evening pray the Rosary in public. Those people are from all areas of the Catholic Church, with parish priests who write to me, who call me, abbots who write to me and call me and who tell me, thank you, you have freed us. Now we go out and we pray. And then what happened was incredible. It developed so fast in Austria and so fast outside Austria. The next day it was taken up in Germany. The day after that it was taken up in Switzerland. The following week it was taken up in Italy, in South Tyrol, in Croatia, in Slovenia, in the Czech Republic, and after 1 month it was taken up in France. And then it spread all over the world. So it is something that has developed a lot. Unfortunately, for the moment, in your country there is not happening much, at least as far as I know. And that's why I launched this, to encourage you, because I am not the one who can organize this in your country. I am not there. It's up to you on the spot to do things. It's not up to me to do it. It's up to you to organize it. It's up to you to get up, to get out of your armchair, to go and say the Rosary in public. Why in public? At present we find ourselves in a crisis of society. It is a societal crisis. But society is what happens not in our homes, but in public. So we pray in public to protect this public domain. What does that mean? It means that this domain, one, it is protected. Once we have prayed and protected this public domain in our village, in our city, in our neighborhood, then the devil cannot attack anymore. So under this shield, we are not afraid anymore. We regain our confidence and fear change side. Fear change side. The devil take revenge on his servants, and they are the ones who are afraid. And here I think it is really something that came from this prayer. In Austria we prayed the first time on the evening of December the 1st. On Wednesday evening. On Thursday morning, December the 2nd, several ministers resigned. I can't tell you they did not spend the night in peace. The day after, other ministers resigned. And so we continue to pray. We pray more and more. And we hope, trusting in the Blessed Virgin, that we will gain victory. So, this is what I say to you. Take your Rosary. Move. It's up to you. It's up to you to get out of the armchair. It's up to you to get out of the bubble of WhatsApp and I don't know what, the bubble of being constantly informed about a lot of things, very important, but we already know. So we can stop all that. And now we have to move on the real fight. Get up, get out near to your house. You know where the next Calvary is, the next cross. If there is none, there is maybe a church. And if there is no church, take a statue of the Blessed Virgin with you and put it on a spot outside where you can pray in public. Register your Rosary and promote it. And I will give you one last example. I have a friend some 15 miles from my house who said to me, no, I'm going to be alone. I'm not going to know anyone. I'm going to be all alone saying the Rosary. And say to him, it doesn't matter, say the Rosary anywhere. Well, the first time they were 15 and now they are 30 every Wednesday, between 30 and 35. And in addition to this, in the surrounding villages, in the neighboring villages, there are 4 or 5 public Rosary which are prayed each Wednesday. So it is enormous how it is developing, and it doesn't depend on us. The only thing we are asked to do is to get up, get out and do something. The rest will be done by the Blessed Virgin. I beg of you, get moving for your country, for the church, for your freedom, for our freedom, so that we can regain confidence and finally have peace in this unending story. Thank you and see you soon.